The summer sun was relentless, baking the backyard in a golden glow. Standing before them, shimmering like a mirage, was the towering neon blue bouncy castle. It looked like a giant, inflated fortress of fun. Leo took a deep breath, feeling the heat on his shoulders. Without a word, he kicked off his sneakers, letting them fly into the grass. He sprinted with pure adrenaline toward the entrance. With a massive leap, he dived onto the cool, inflated floor. One by one, Maya, Sam, Chloe, and Jax followed his lead. Their excited shouts and laughter filled the air, marking the beginning of their afternoon adventure. Suddenly, the silence was shattered. A nearby speaker erupted with high-tempo pop music, the bass thumping through the very air they breathed. As the beat dropped, the 5 children found a rhythm they didn't know they had. They began to jump in perfect unison. Every synchronized landing made the massive structure sway violently. Leo tried to stand tall, his arms out for balance, but the floor was a living thing. The uneven surface buckled, sending him tumbling headlong into Sam. They collapsed into a tangled heap, but the floor caught them, bouncing them upward again as they dissolved into fits of giggles. The chaos was only just beginning. Jax, feeling bold, attempted a somersault mid-air. He spun through the light, but he miscalculated the rebound. He landed flat on his back with a soft thud that sent a literal wave through the vinyl. The floor rippled like a blue ocean, tossing Chloe helplessly against the mesh wall. She gripped the netting, her fingers digging into the holes as she pulled herself upright. The music tempo began to accelerate, pushing them to move faster. "You can't catch me!" Maya yelled over the music. They started a frantic game of tag, their small bodies darting through the confined space like pinballs. Maya was a shadow, maneuvering around the center pillar with grace. The music hit its absolute peak, transitioning into a frantic, driving drum solo. It matched the erratic heartbeat of their movements. Sam lunged for Maya, his fingers inches from her shirt, but the castle wall tilted at a sharp angle. They were both thrown into the corner, a mess of limbs and shifting fabric. They struggled to find their footing, their feet sliding on the sweat-slicked vinyl. They were drenched, gasping for air, their faces flushed bright red, yet they refused to stop. The world outside the blue walls didn't exist anymore. There was only the jump, the rhythm, and the wild, unbridled joy of movement. With one final, massive leap, all 5 launched themselves into the air. They collided in the center of the castle, a mid-air explosion of friendship. The structure groaned under the sheer impact of their combined weight. Gravity finally won. They tumbled over one another, sliding in a slow-motion pile toward the exit. Just then, the music abruptly cut to a heavy silence. The only sound left was the distant hum of the blower turning off. They crawled out onto the cool, quiet grass, their chests heaving in unison. They lay there for a moment, looking back at the backyard. The neon blue castle began to sigh, slowly deflating and shrinking behind them. It was over, but the feeling of the bounce still lingered in their bones. They watched the blue walls sag, exhausted and happy, as the summer afternoon finally began to cool.